In this video, we will discover 3 possible, very surprising and shocking root causes for chronic back pain. I know you've heard from all of the doctors and people on the internet maybe that your back pain is maybe due to an injury or something physical, and that can be the case in some cases, but usually what you will discover is that the actual root cause for your chronic back pain is something entirely different, something that you didn't see coming. There can be several of these hidden root causes, but in this video we'll cover the main 3 ones. So let's start with the first one, which is actually improper nutrition. Believe it or not, a lot of chronic back pain can be due to increased inflammation levels in your body. In fact, most chronic problems and conditions arise due to this unnatural rise in inflammation in the body. And this usually has to do something with nutrition. Now, inflammation is a bit more complex than that. There are other factors in play, but usually like the main culprit, something that we do every day, is improper nutrition. And I talk a lot about this in my other videos, check them out. But basically what you want to do to reduce inflammation levels pretty much permanently is to kind of eat in a more natural way. So maybe focus more on clean raw foods. And also I would advise reducing the intake of carbohydrates. Of course, like processed food, junk food, all of that should completely be eliminated from your diet. To put it simply, if you eat a diet that's really natural, or really the way humans are supposed to eat, like all of the clean foods and eliminating all of the processed junk foods, all of that, you will notice, I promise you that you will notice very positive effects in your chronic back pain. Another unexpected root cause of chronic back pain is actually stress. And to be fair, like some of you may already know this, you may have heard of this idea before, but negative experiences from your day-to-day lives can impact your chronic back pain. You may have noticed already that sometimes you haven't even done like anything physical, you haven't really exerted yourself, maybe you haven't even exercised, and still your back hurts. And you may be wondering, how is this possible? But then if you remember, like maybe you had a stressful day or even like a series of several stressful days, that's gonna be your answer. Chronic back pain is psychosomatic. This is just a fancy word for something that means it has something to do both with the body but also with the mind as well. The mind including like all of the, not just the thoughts, but also all of the emotions and the stuff we struggle with on a daily basis. That's why you may discover that if you handle your stress properly, your back pain levels will drop. There are a lot of techniques on how to do this. Just a quick caveat here, you may be recommended something like yoga or meditation for chronic back pain. And I talk a lot about this in my other videos as well. Those can be useful techniques, but if you're going through a lot of pain over, let's say, an extended period of time, maybe a few days or even a few weeks, in those cases, meditation and yoga and stuff of that nature won't really help you. It's kind of gonna make you focus more on the pain, so they're not the best solutions here. I actually recommend something kind of different. I usually like to recommend people start with some form of a journaling practice and also a little bit of release work, which brings us to the root cause of back pain number 3. The final hidden root cause of chronic back pain is actually unresolved issues from your childhood, unaddressed psychological, emotional issues, maybe even like some people would call this trauma today. I'm not sure that's like the proper term, if I'm being honest. I mean, we're not exactly like going through a war experience, but in any case, it's still helpful to explore these issues. And this can definitely have a major impact on chronic back pain. You may discover that if you address these issues properly, your back pain will go away pretty much permanently. Like you will resolve this, not to mention all of the other benefits you may notice by simply attacking these issues. And these things are usually difficult to resolve completely and in one go. You may need a little bit of time to process them properly. But again, the journaling and the release work are actually the right techniques to go here. I talk a lot about this and not just my other content, but also my free book. Link to it is in the description. Definitely check out the chronic back pain, the back pain blueprint. And also I have a complete step-by-step course on this, how to do this properly with all of the videos, all of the detailed plans. I think it's like maybe 400 videos in the course or something like that. It's really detailed. It's going to really show you how to completely resolve this issue. So if you're struggling with chronic back pain for a long time, definitely check out my resources, my book, my course. I also have an app. I have a ton of resources for you. I think they're going to be massive in your journey and helping you heal forever. If you want to keep watching these videos, I think they're going to be really helpful. The next video that's going to appear somewhere above me, it's going to be also really useful to you. I will see you there, and until next time, be brave.